Hey everyone! Today we're diving into a topic that's been making waves across the sports world and beyond. The latest drama in the Australian Football League, or AFL, has sparked a massive debate on sexism and misogyny in sports. From the controversy involving sex dolls to tasteless Diddy costumes, it's clear that Australian sport is still grappling with issues that many thought we had moved past. Disturbing details emerged this week about AFL men's football team GWS end-of-year event, themed controversial couples. The AFL handed down a range of sanctions to the players involved, including fines and suspensions. While those defending the players have suggested their actions were lighthearted and in the spirit of the season-end celebration, research has established a connection between rape jokes and sexual assault. The AFL has a tarnished history when it comes to players perpetrating violence against women. Despite pledging support for ending gender-based violence in Australia, this incident proves problematic cultural problems persist within AFL clubs. What happened? Following an anonymous tip-off to GWS management, it was revealed a number of players engaged in sexist, racist, and degrading acts during an end-of-season event. Player Josh Fahey dressed up as former NRL player Jared Hayne and simulated inappropriate acts on a sex doll. Hayne was sentenced to 4 years and 9 months prison for raping a woman on the night of the 2018 NRL Grand Final, but was released earlier this year after his convictions were overturned. Players Connor Idun and Lachie Whitfield performed a skit involving slavery, while another pair simulated the September 11 terrorist attack on the Twin Towers. It has also been reported a sketch involving Diddy, an American rapper currently jailed on charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation, was performed. Scholars and activists are working tirelessly to change public perceptions around violence against women. Jokes and skits themed around violence and sexual assault are harmful because they trivialize the immense harm gendered violence causes women and children. The AFL's woman problem. There are many historic examples of AFL players and athletes of other codes acting violently and disrespectfully towards women. Numerous current and former players who have faced criminal charges for assaults and sexual violence towards women have been allowed to continue playing or retain their status as celebrated players. Current AFL player Jordan De Goey has faced sexual assault allegations and was briefly stood down by his club in 2021 after being charged with assault in the United States. He pleaded guilty to harassment, and in 2022, Collingwood extended De Goey's contract for 5 years. Recently, one of the AFL's greatest former players, Wayne Carey, was set to be inducted as a legend in the New South Wales Football Hall of Fame, despite having a number of charges for assaulting women. However, the AFL did eventually block the move after public outcry. The AFL and parts of the media often distinguish players' violence against women from their achievements on the field. This allows men to continue playing or repair their public image. It also sends a message that misogyny and violence against women are tolerated as long as the perpetrator's talent provides value to the sport. The impact of athletes. In the case of the GWS players, the AFL's sanctions indicate the code's willingness to take a stance on breaches of conduct. However, that the players believed their costumes and skits were acceptable in the first place indicates deep-seated issues in attitudes towards women. In each of the costume examples, sexual and racial violence formed key elements of the joke, indicating the AFL's education and training on equity and diversity is not working. The general public tends to have high expectations of athletes' behavior due to their position as role models. It is often suggested that boys and young men require positive role models and that AFL players fit the bill, although research is not clear on whether the gender of supportive adults is relevant. At the moment, There is significant concern within the community about the influence of dangerous misogynist influencers on boys' attitudes and behavior towards women. Research suggests that while some young men have the skills to be critical about the messages they receive about violence and sexism, they still experience pressure to live up to restrictive rules on what it means to be a real man. Many Australians highly value AFL players' skills and abilities on the field. This admiration and respect can also extend to their off-field lives. But it doesn't mean AFL players are beyond reproach. More needs to be done. The impacts of men's violence on their victims are horrific and myriad. This year, the AFL partnered with Our Watch, a national leader in the primary prevention of violence against women and their children, to provide training to players and clubs and help them understand the link between gender inequality and violence against women, the role of sport in promoting gender equality, and what players can do to be active allies, including taking action when they see or hear disrespect. While this is promising, this education must result in changed behavior, attitudes, and accountability. The Australian government has recently labelled violence against women a national emergency. Major sporting codes need to take a leading role in addressing it. It's time for the AFL to honestly confront their problems with misogyny and violence against women. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel Jaxcey N24. Thank you for watching.